I believe that what Hermes foretold in this 2,000-year-old text, we're living through right now.
Do you know, Asclepius, that Egypt is an image of the heavens? Or to speak more exactly, in Egypt, all the operations of the powers which rule and work in the heavens are present in the earth below. In fact, it should be said that the whole universe exists in this our land as in a sanctuary. And yet, since it is fitting that wise men should have knowledge of all events before they come to pass, you must not be left in ignorance of what I will now tell you. There will come a time when it will have been in vain that Egyptians have aspired to the ways of higher beings in heartfelt piety and service. All our holy worship will become powerless and pointless. The higher beings will return to the heavens. Egypt will be left and forgotten, and the land desolate, with not one of the ancient deities remaining. O Egypt, Egypt, of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty tale, which in time even your own people will not believe. Nothing will be left but words engraved on stone, and only the stones will speak of your piety. And in that day, people will be tired of life, and they will cease to think of the universe as something worthy of reverence and wonder. People will no longer love the world around them, this incomparable work of the Creator, this glorious structure, this totality of good comprising so many diverse forms, this instrument through which the Creator operates in everything He has made, freely favoring human welfare. This combination and accumulation of all the manifold things that call forth the veneration, praise, and love of the beholder. Darkness will be preferred to light, and death will be thought more profitable than life. No one will raise their eyes to the heavens. Good, spiritual people, seekers of truth, will be considered insane. The vulgar and careless will be considered wise. The madman will be thought a strong man, and the wicked will be held up as good. As for the soul, and the belief that we are immortal beings, or that we may hope to attain to immortality, as I have taught you, people will consider it a joke, and even convince themselves that it is false. No word of reverence or piety, no utterance worthy of heaven, will be heard or believed. And so the higher beings will depart from mankind, a grievous thing. Only those who bring evil messages will remain. They will mingle with humans and push them towards all kinds of recklessness and crime, into wars and theft and frauds, and all things hostile to the bodies and souls of human beings. Then will the earth tremble and the sea bear no ships. Heaven will not support the stars in their orbits. All voices of the gods will be forced into silence. The fruits of the earth will rot, the soil will turn barren, and the very air will sicken with sullen stagnation. All things will be disordered and out of kilter. All good will disappear. But when all this has befallen, Asclepius, then the Creator of all things will look on that which has come to pass, and will put an end to the disorder by the power of His will. And His will is everything good. He will call back to the right path those who have strayed. He will cleanse the world of evil, washing it away with floods, burning it out with the fiercest fire, and expelling it with war and pestilence. And thus he will restore the world to its former beauty, so that the universe will once more be deemed worthy of wonder and reverence. And the source, the creator and maintainer of the mighty fabric of the universe, will be loved by the people of that time. Their lives will resound with continuous songs of thankfulness and blessing. Such is the new birth of the cosmos, a making again of all things good, a pure and awe-inspiring restoration of all nature, all to unfold in the passage of time by the eternal will of the Creator. This prophetic statement from the dialogue of Hermes with Asclepius speaks of a great forgetting, a great confusion, and a final restoration. The character Hermes laments the forgetting of a culture, a civilization, and all the advanced knowledge and human development that it held. In its current form, the body of Hermetic texts dates from the 2nd to the 3rd century of the Common Era, having been found in Latin and Greek translations, and the influences of Greek thought fill the pages of the Hermetic documents. Yet the text itself laments the loss of the wisdom of ancient Egypt. Students of ancient narratives have long noted the association of the Greek figure of Hermes with the Egyptian figure of Thoth. In the lament of Hermes to Asclepius, the focus on Egyptian knowledge suddenly came into sharper focus when in 1945 the Nag Hammadi texts were discovered in Egypt. Among them, a copy of the Hermetic texts written in Coptic, hinting at an ancient Egyptian source.
When I was a boy, my dad took me to visit Egypt. And when you stand in front of the ancient hieroglyphs and look at the writing that's been etched into the walls, the sense of loss is profound. What have we forgotten? Who are these deities depicted as human hybrids? And who are these people so much bigger than the regular human beings who are giving all their service and labor to them? And how is it that the knowledge of what is being portrayed in those texts and images became lost? It's also an open secret in Egypt that technology has been found, and it's precisely engineered metal technology from what's called pre-dynastic Egypt. So this vague name is given because we know next to nothing about this pre-dynastic civilization. We don't know what their technology is or what it does. Hermes' lament foretold the time of that forgetting, and he talked about the time when these mute words carved into walls would be all that would remain of ancient Egypt's knowledge of contact with higher beings and what all that meant.